The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
I'll count the ones later. Cowboy Nation! You are now rocking with the best, and this is the Players Lounge, sponsored by Tostitos, the official chip and dip of the Dallas Cowboys. Joining me in the SWBC studio is former box safety and my brother.
Right.
Look like the game been good to you.
It's been pretty good.
You look like, that's what you look like. You know, hey, that's what he look like, man. He look like the game been good to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what they need to call you. The game been good to me, BC.
But if I leave, will they still love me though? Will they still love me though?
It's the game. I love the game. Feel like one of them NBA brothers.
You know what I'm saying?
My man BC in the place to be. What's going on, BC?
Ain't nothing much, man. Blessed right now. It's a beautiful day, man. So, feeling good.
Yes, sir. And everybody's favorite. Everybody's favorite.
Y'all
You know, he always
know.
get embarrassed, man. I always go through the big introduction for my man Nate. Got him in my phone. I know he's sick of me calling him. I just call him on a random Tuesday. Nate, what's going on, man? Always bothering the big fella. Nate Newton is in the building. Nate, what's happening with you, man?
I'm loving this, man. How you brothers got the rapport going like that, man. Just glad to be a part of it, man. The Players Line.
The Players Line.
All we need now is a little Drake. That's
it.
Hey, man, listen, that's all is missing from this situation right now,
Right.
Nate. But listen, man, it's customary for me. Anytime I'm doing a show,
Right.
I believe in checking in with my brothers. It don't matter who you are. I'm gonna check in with you. See how your mentals, man. How are you doing today, Big Nate? I'm gonna start with you. How are you, brother?
I'm so great. I'm like my man Church. I'm blessed, bro.
Yes,
it's
indeed.
a beautiful day, and even if it wasn't, when I wake up, I give thanks and I'm good.
Yeah.
That's it.
Barry, what's up with you, man, today?
It's great, man. It's great. Got a nice little workout in this morning.
Yeah.
So, fuck a little pump. Because on our special edition, man, you go in there, Isaiah, he got muscles on top of muscles. I'm like, man, I can't go in there looking frail. So, I had a little pump in this morning. We had a good show.
You did
Big
10
Nate Dog,
push-ups?
I did 10.
Yeah.
And, a little 2 bonus in there as well.
Right.
But it's been a good day, man. Beautiful day.
Man, that is wonderful, brothers. I love hearing that. Man, as for me, today I got an opportunity to interview my head coach, my former head coach of in high school. You may not know him, Reginald Samples. He's a big deal here in Texas high school football. One of the most winningest African-American coaches in Texas high school football. I'm calling his game against DeSoto. So he's the head coach at Duncanville, and they're playing DeSoto High School. Okay. So it's going to be on Channel 8 WFA. It's a big deal, man, but got an opportunity to interview my head coach, and I was his first Division I recruit. So, you know what I mean? So that's just something, being able to talk to him, man, and just him, talking big about your boy, man, just saying all the good things.
Came
man.
full circle,
How much you weighed in high school, man?
I was about 225, 230.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But
solid. Linebacker, right?
Linebacker, yeah.
Yeah, he's solid.
Yeah, I did my thing. But it's always good to get, to go back, old school, old school, man. And get to hear your coach talk about you. And it's awesome. It's awesome having this game. Going to be one of the biggest games in the state on Friday. But enough about me and more about me. My Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
My Dallas Cowboys are playing on Sunday. The Chicago Bears, if you don't know. The Bears are coming to town. But you know what? Before I got into all that, it's 24 hours later, man. Y'all still scared about that Robert Quinn going to the Eagles, man? I'm not gonna let y'all off the hook. When y'all got the message on your phone, did you say to yourself, "Oh man"? Did your stomach drop?
My stomach didn't drop. This is what I thought. I'm like, okay. I don't think they're going to so much start him as play him as a situational player.
Okay.
He just strengthens their pass rush. And it gives him more energy. I think he's going to be 25, 30 plays a game, and a lot of it going to circle around that pass rush. So that's what it does. is they like to get a lead, much like our defense,
right,
and impact you with the pass rush and the turnovers. So that is what worries you, is the fact that a team that is solid, have no holes at this point, just got a little bit tougher.
Yeah, without a doubt, and I think it was a great move from Philly's standpoint, because if you looked at what he did so far this year in Chicago, 1 sack, the previous year he had 18 and a half.
Balling.
But this year he wasn't balling as much because they were never really in the lead. They were always, trailing or having to come back, so the teams they're going against, the offenses he's going against, they're milking the clock. They're running the ball. He doesn't really have an opportunity to get off as a pass rusher, but like you said, with Philadelphia coming in and picking him up, a lot of the times they get all their points in the first half. So they're getting up heavy on these teams and forcing teams to battle back using the passing game. And that's exactly what Robert Quinn does best, is get after the pass rusher. So I think it'll give an opportunity for him on these passing downs to pin his ears back and really get after teams and improve.
My question to you, young blood, is how much respect do you have for Philly?
None at all. This man has no respect for Philly.
And I understand that he like me, a fan, he hype. And I get out of control.
Yeah.
But the reality of the thing, we all balled on a great level.
Yeah.
And we know the truth. Give us the truth, young man.
I can't wait to hear this.
Yes, give us the truth.
I need
Don't
to hear
start
the
with
truth
that
in the booth.
That's
I
right.
need to hear it, man.
That's right. Give us the truth.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I can't lie to you. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate that at all.
I hear you.
Okay?
Yeah.
I cried a little bit.
Right.
Once I finally got myself back together, I said, well, what is we going to do now?
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people, man. I believe in haste make waste. I don't want to make a move just because they're making a move, but I am still looking at my team and looking at the NFC East and saying, all right, man, the Eagles are going for it.
They are.
They're going for it. And you look at a defense that's already loaded. They are already, you talk about embarrassment of riches on a defense that, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Robert Quinn on that, Josh Sweat, Jordan Davis, and the beat goes on.
Waves on waves.
Waves on waves.
And they got two way above corners.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
They secondary loaded.
I remember you jinxed us.
I did.
Before the game, and I know we're supposed to be talking about the Bears, but the Eagles game, he jinxed.
I did.
He came right on TV and they said, what do you think about the Cowboys receivers? He said, they ain't gonna make it.
I try to tell cats, man. They
gonna get locked out. And then he promptly left.
And got up and left.
That's
how you go.
got out of
That's how you do. And get up and walk off.
Yeah. He dropped the mic on our receivers.
Man.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
And it happened. And that just says to me that team they have their hand on the pulse. They know that it's going to be tough going down the stretch, and they are trying to get behind this defense to get them to the championship. But for you guys, when you see what they're doing in the division, and the Cowboys, obviously, they make a trade for Big Hankins. Do you believe that they're finished in free agency, or did that trade prompt you to say, we need to make a move as well?
Even though I kind of didn't like the move, what the Eagles did, I thought that if we did anything, we would try to find a receiver. Because I think part of the run game against us is because we refuse to take control of time possession. You hear me say it every week.
Yep.
If we become a better third down team, if we get 2 more third downs, that's going to give us 2 to 3 minutes. We go from 28 to 31 to 32 minutes. Our defense can live with that. 28 minutes a game?
Yeah.
They can hunt. They can hunt all day. And you can run the ball on them, but they ain't going to be on that field for 28 minutes.
Right.
They can hunt. But since we don't like we're going to get that wide receiver, we needed Johnathan Hankins.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to keep that high performance defense on the field like that and ask them to come out of character, their character is to rush. Their character is not to stop the run. Mm-hmm. And so you bringing in a guy that's going to show young Bohannon, hey, bro, this is how you put your hands in, engage, get off, make the tackle.
Yeah, he's gonna prove big dividends for this defense because, like you said, he could be a mentor to some of them young folks.
Yes.
And to what I'm looking at, I'm not necessarily looking at him being a great pass rusher or anything like that. But if he can gobble up a few lanes, if he can make not even like get crazy penetration, but just gobble up a few lanes, I think he'll prove huge dividends. And not only that, we talked about it on Special Edition, keeping those offensive linemen, them guards, those centers off of your second level defenders. I mean, it makes it so much easier as a walk down safety, Curtis or Wilson or LVE, Barr, and those guys. When you're a safety coming down in a box and you got big guards coming at you, your first initial thing is, I got to avoid. I got to get out these guys' way. And you're just making the block easier for them and making the hole bigger for the running back to get through. When you got a guy like Hankins in there that can gobble those guys up and gives you the vision to come downhill and go sideline to sideline a lot easier, I'm telling you, it's night and day. And that aggression from that defense, you'll be able to see a huge difference if he's able to go in there and do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Hankins got to do this coming this Sunday.
So Nate, you're basically saying that this front office, they looked at this team and they know they have circled in the highlighter on the wide receiver group, okay? Mm-hmm. But they weren't able to make any moves. So are they saying status quo, we can stay where we are and make this run? Or are you saying they just went with the move that they knew they needed to make, and that was get a bigger body up front with Quentin Bohanna? Or are you saying, hey, they probably still looking?
This is the problem, is we could have answered this is if Dak wouldn't have got hurt.
Right.
They still trying to figure out where do all these two receivers that's capable of playing, Gallup and CeeDee Lamb, and how do that fit? We know who Schultz is. We know what Ferguson going to do in Schultz.
Right.
But how do our receivers coordinate with our quarterback? They haven't had a chance to see that. So now you got to take on faith. Whatever guy you see out there before this deadline, we getting him. But still, he going to have to come in, learn the verbiage. And what we need more than anything, fellas, is a receiver that's gonna catch the ball.
Well, that's the job. Hey, that's the job title, Nate. That's what you got. Hey, man, that comes with
I'm
this.
just being honest.
You gotta have them hands.
Yeah, you gotta have them hands. And I'm not. And see, I'm one of the few guys that's not gonna knock CD because people forget I wasn't drafted in the first round. So my expectations wasn't CeeDee Lambish. Yeah. But then I built myself up, and everybody like, oh, Nate was this and Nate was that. Barry did
I
the
was
same.
undrafted, yeah.
And went to Jacksonville and like, before the bag was what it was, he got it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying, but what if we were first rounders, man, and struggled a little bit?
Right.
That expectation.
So our expectation for CD is much bigger. I'm still not giving up on him. I'm thinking if they all get together and work together these next few weeks, we may see a big thing from this kid, a big turnaround.
Well, let me ask y'all this. I mean, I know we got, Washington waiting in the wings, James Washington. Do y'all think it's the reason we haven't made a move is because they got faith that he can come in and be that guy? I mean, in my opinion, there's a reason Pittsburgh let him go. I mean, I feel like he was a flash player. Like, he had a couple plays here and there, but he wasn't consistent enough. And y'all talk about catching the football. He wasn't consistent enough in catching the football. So do y'all think that's why we didn't make a move? They still feeling high on James Washington being able to come in and kind of unify this wide receiver group?
Yeah, and we overvalue draft picks. We overvalue draft picks. The only reason Amari Cooper got in here are the guys before them got in there because we just didn't have nothing. Yeah. They feel like we got something now. So we value draft picks. A fifth, if I was, and they probably say, as soon as I say this, they'd probably say, that's why you ain't who the GM. But you would never see me with fifth and sixth and seventh round picks. They'd be like, the Cowboys ain't had a fifth or sixth or seventh round pick in 30 years. That's because Nate is the GM. Because I'll be giving them away with no problem. Right. Because I don't care how – if you love your first, second, and third round picks, that means you always building. When are you going to be there?
Yeah.
See, Philadelphia say, I'm there. The Rams, I'm there. At some point, you have to say, I'm there. I need this guy. When do we say that? We hadn't said that in a long time.
Now, I know, when you can say clearly, man, this wide receiver group is mid. You know,
it's mid for sure.
You're saying that this is not it is not what you think it is. Yeah. I gotta believe that the front office is saying the same thing. They look at these guys and look at the production that they're getting. And I love what you said about Dak getting hurt, because it's hard to evaluate a group when the guy that you thought was going to be leading them is not there. But you can't wait very much longer to figure out if James Washington can have the impact that you think he can have, CeeDee Lamb can catch the ball, or this young tight end group can be productive as well. They're kind of in limbo to me, and I think they're accepting their fate. Either they know something we don't know, or they're just saying, look, this group of guys, man, we can run with it. And I think they got it in the bag going down the stretch. I personally don't believe that.
Neither do I.
You know, and when you go into another, you're going to see these Eagles that are so talented. So good.
They are deep.
And so good. We go see Slater and Bradbury again. But getting over to Chicago, guys, I gotta ask this question. Well, we talked about it yesterday, Nate, about Eberflus and his defense, all right, and what he's going to present as a challenge for Dak and his offense. But on the other side of it, here you bring in Justin Fields, who is a mobile quarterback, which has been sort of a bugaboo for the Dallas Cowboys defense with all the weapons that they do have. Here's a stat that I think is very conflicting, and Nate, I'll throw this at you. The Bears have the number 2 win rate at offense, okay? Meaning for 2.5 seconds, they are winning their matchup, okay? But they're number 1 in the league in sacks. That's kind of fishy, right? Two of these things don't go together because Justin Fields is holding on to the ball, and that's why they're ranked as low as they are. But when you look at Chicago as a team and their offense, what do you think this defense's mind state is, especially knowing that this guy is somebody that holds on to the ball too long?
You know what? I didn't want to give Detroit a bad grade because they had that one bad game against New England.
Yeah.
But do we turn around and give Justin Fields and his gang a good grade because they had a great game against that same Patriots team? So we somewhere in the middle of that. But what I saw from the quarterback, what I felt is that a light went on. What I felt from Luke Gasky, the offensive coordinator, they have found a little something that he can do to help him throw the ball. You know, if he throws the ball well, it's over. Because they gon' run, and he can run. I watched film on him in the first 2 or 3 games. I mean, he's seeing the rush come. He see a guy open, but he's not sure, and he holds the ball and he let that rush get him. I saw against the Patriots the same thing, but he was gone.
Right.
And he did this repeatedly, man. I'm saying, is the light then came on? He made a few passes? He completed it? So I like this kid, man. I like his arm. I like his elusiveness. I just can't have it, Barry. Explain it. Walk me off the cliff, man.
Nah, you right, man. A light switch might have come on when you talk about Fields, because you mentioned, early on in the year, he was holding on to that thing forever.
Right.
He was holding on, waiting for somebody to open up. And in the league, you got to throw your receivers open. You can't just, all right, let me wait. He got a couple steps on him now. I'm going to release it. Because by that time, you're going to get sacked, or other defender's going to come into that window and intercept the pass. So to me, what happened with Fields is, one, he's going through his reads quicker. I feel like he's going, all right, 1's not there, 2's not there. You know what? Forget it. Let me take off and get going. And you saw that against the Patriots. And also, he's more willing to check that thing down. It's not like, all right, man, it's not there. Let me go ahead and throw the deep ball. Now he's kind of sitting there, okay, it's not there. There's Montgomery in the flat. Oh, it's not there. There's Clement right 5 yards over. So he's taking what the defense is giving him. And that shows improvement as a quarterback, because when you're young, you're always looking for the big play. You're always looking for your receivers out there, and let me see what they can do with the ball. But now that he's taking what the defense is giving, you're seeing a guy, he's growing. He already has the athleticism to go out there and hurt you. But now, once he's taking those checkdowns, taking what the defense is giving him, he becomes a much more dangerous quarterback. So Cowboys, they definitely got their hands full. But like I said, I don't think he's seen a pass rush like Dan Quinn and these Cowboys are going to give to him. So it's going to be an interesting contest come Sunday.
Boy, y'all show giving a lot of Justin Fields appreciation in here. Boy, I'm going to have to wipe this desk down going in the break. But we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. And when we come back, we're going to show some love to this defensive line. Yeah, y'all showed enough love to Chicago. We're going to show some love on the other side. Coming up next on the Players Lounge.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, Shave Logic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit shavelogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to shavelogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Get the ultimate fan experience for the ultimate Cowboy fan. Join Dallas Cowboys United, presented by Globe Life. Starting at just $20. Join now and get your fan pack, exclusive benefits, and more. Visit DallasCowboys.com/United for details and to join today. Welcome back to the Players Lounge. I'm Heckman Harrison, joined by Barry Church and Big Nate Newton in the building. Man, I sure appreciate you coming through, Nate. You know, who doesn't deserve an hour and a half of Nate Newton? Don't nobody turn down an hour and a half of Nate Newton.
Oh, never.
Yeah, hey, Newton hanging out.
Hey, hold on a minute. That ain't cool. That ain't.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool,
I
man.
don't even want to watch.
You see?
Yeah, turn your head, man.
Look
Why
at
you
the
bringing up
separation. You see the
Stop,
separation?
man. Stop bringing up old stuff.
Oh, Lord.
Wish we had some of that.
What I tell y'all, man, I sterilized the desk. I'm trying to start over again. We're going to get to some Tank Lawrence appreciation over here. Okay? Big Tank playing some ball right now, guys.
Playing hard.
I mean, we're talking about Micah. We're talking about Dorrance Armstrong. We're talking about all these other guys, and they are doing a phenomenal job, okay? But number 90 is putting in work. Mm-hmm. And that fumble on the 1-yard line really kind of just made it all come home for me, because you talk about Michael Parsons' hustle play to stop the guy there at the 1-yard line. But that play, you come backdoor that with Tank's play, I think, man, that to me was just a special sequence on defense between two athletes that, man, combined. I think if you get behind these two guys on defense, man, that could take you far. I mean, Tank Lawrence, his career as a Dallas Cowboys, obviously with injuries and all of that, but right now, Nate, he playing his tail off.
Yeah, he's making those plays you don't see, the plays that don't show up on the stat line. You know, we don't normally say, oh, look at that guy hit him for a loss and all that, unless, you know, it's in this situation that he forces you to talk about it. But he does one or two of them every game.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He does one or two of them every game, and he's always talking and pushing guys. I mean, you can't slow down with him. So my hat's off, man. You know, I'm one of them dudes. I'm looking, you know, as an analyst, I'm like, man, it's Tank. What Tank doing? You know, but then he's making his plays. He's doing what he need to do, and he's driving these young guys.
Without a doubt. I mean, you hit it right there. I mean, the guy's making a lot of unsung plays. That goal line play where he fights through 2 blockers to help knock the ball loose on Williams, which was a huge play in the game. And then our buddy, Isaiah did a breakdown of him. And you see all the things that he's doing out there that don't necessarily hit the stat sheet. Dan Quinn has this guy, slanting down hard, taking 3 offensive linemen with him to open up the one-on-one with Sam Williams or open up the one-on-one with Parsons or Doran Armstrong on the other side. So he's doing a lot of that dirty work out there that a lot of cats would be like, man, I'm Demarcus Lawrence. I ain't doing all that dirty work. Send somebody else to set that thing up. But he's going out there. He's a leader of this defense. He's got these guys playing together as a unit, and he's playing unselfish ball. He sees the numbers that Parsons are putting up and Dorrance Armstrong is putting up, and rightfully so. Those guys are amazing players, but this guy right here is the glue, and he's what's bringing all that together because he's sacrificing a lot of plays so other guys can make plays out there, and I think he's doing a remarkable job as a leader and the glue to that defensive line.
Like for both of you guys, obviously being on teams that have gone to the Super Bowl, teams that have made a push, when you have a veteran presence like that you see playing unselfish ball, taking on what you would say categorically, especially when you're looking at your check on Tuesday. Hey man, you might want to get somebody else to do that. How contagious is that for you as a team when you have your leader doing that?
It's unbelievable because like when I was in Jacksonville, we made that long run. The guy that was kind of that unsung hero was Calais Campbell. I mean, he came in there part of that defensive line. And he molded all those young cats because we had a young Dante Fowler. We had a young Yannick Ngakoue over there. So we had a lot of young talent out there that didn't have any direction. When you got a guy like Calais Campbell or Demarcus Lawrence come in there and show these guys the right way to play ball, unselfish ball, knowing that, you might not get all these sack numbers, but you're setting your teammates up so they can have success as well. I mean, it's contagious throughout the entire unit, and you play more as a unit. And it's not like, there's the D-line right there, here's the linebackers over here, the secondary's back there. When you got a guy and a leader that the whole defense follows, it makes you play together as a unit, and those are the best defense I've been on, the unselfish units that just, hey, this is our leader, this is the way we're going with it, let's follow his direction. Those are the best defenses I played with.
Big Nate?
I'm agreeing with him 100%.
100%?
Yes.
No, man, I think it's awesome. 32 tackles so far in the season, 3 sacks, and a lot of people that, like you said, the things that don't jump out on the stat sheet, the things that you see him doing. But I think even in the run, as much as we've been talking about the Dallas Cowboys and the 20th ranked defense for rushing, you see him do so many wonderful – I've seen so many wonderful things on him on tape, and just the way that he's handling his role with, man, these new Top Gun with Micah. It's really unselfish, and you love to see it.
You love to see it. You don't hate to see it, but you
love to see it. But given a Zeke update, man, we got to draw attention to this because I think it's going to be a pivotal point of concern in this game if Ezekiel Elliott is not able to play. He didn't practice again today. This is the second time this week that he has not practiced. Nate, if Zeke isn't capable of playing, obviously you lose a dimension to your running game. But bigger than that, you lose a dimension to your pass protection. How worried are you if Zeke isn't able to play in this game as far as protecting Dak?
It's everything to me, because once you start playing the game, ain't nobody worried about how much money you make. That's for, and like I tell people, Barry even understands this. He plays fantasy football. I don't. And he understands the importance of Zeke.
Yeah.
Now and that's what I tell people, Pollard is explosive, got more 20-yard runs, great fantasy guy, gets in the end zone, all of that. But Dak need for you to pick up that linebacker. That ain't got nothing to do with fantasy, bro. That's reality. Pick up your linebacker. Give a little bit better effort. Nobody never questions Tony's ability except when we ask him for that extra protection. And that is where Zeke is it. He softens up everything. He sets the tone along with the offensive line of being physical. That is everything to being a running team.
Yeah, not only, in that pass blocking situation, but like you said, that he tenderizes that defense.
Yeah.
First and second quarter, defense, we're going to hit him. We're going to go up top. We're going to smash him. We're going to get going. That third and fourth quarter, that defense, they start to say, I don't know if I want that smoke like that. And then here comes Pollard busting the big one up the middle. Yeah. So I think Zeke has a lot of benefits for this offense. Blocking for Dak Prescott out there, being a tenderizer for the defense, just wearing those guys down. When you got a guy like that, it's huge dividends. So if he's not able to play in this game, it's going to be tough. But Pollard's going to have to come through. He's going to have to step up. He and who's backup Malik Davis out there. They're going to have to do that 1-2 combo because I'm not sure if they're just going to throw everything on Pollard like that. I mean, I was talking to Kyle, and I think the last time he had high carries was in college against Wake Forest. So you might have been there too. Wake Forest, he had 17 carries. So I don't think they're going to throw the whole plate on him, but it's going to be a lot bigger sample size than he's used to out there.
Yeah, and it's the physicality for me, Nate, that I worry about. But like you said, he sets the tone up front with picking up those linebackers. You know when 21 is in there, and linebackers even hesitate because they know he going to bring his wallet with him up front. But here's an opportunity for Pollard as well. We know Malik Davis. What I've seen of Malik has been in preseason. Yeah. So I can only base it off of what I've seen in preseason, but he seems to be a guy that can pick up the tough yards. He seems to be a guy that also can get receptions out of the backfield. Mm-hmm. And that's something that we have not seen from this running back group, I guess, in what we see in years past. Yeah. This running back group getting receptions out of the backfield. But if we have to go with those two guys, do you feel comfortable with them carrying the load in Zeke's absence?
I'm going to say yes. I feel comfortable. I'm not ecstatic about it. I still feel like that Zeke's going to be a heavy loss for this offense, but I do feel comfortable giving Tony Pollard, an extended role out there. I feel as though it's not going to be all on his shoulders. You'll get Malik Davis in there as well, but I feel comfortable. I feel like he'll have a more heightened sense of protection when it comes to, in the backfield, picking up the right guys, not getting fooled with stunts and not getting any free rusher to Dak Prescott. I feel like he'll have a more heightened sense of that because you won't have Zeke in there picking up those blocks. It'll be up to you, big dog. So to me, I'm comfortable with it. I don't love it, but I am comfortable with it.
Now, Nate, this is for you because I know you love Dak like I love Dak. I'm messing with you. Hey, but now look, Kellen Moore, he's been good, y'all. Yeah. He been good.
I will say that.
He's kept it pretty balanced. 25 passes last week. Didn't get crazy. More than 30 rushes last week. That's what we've all been talking about. But here we are in a situation where Zeke may not be Zeke, and that may change this week. With his thumb, with the pressure, with all of that, do you trust that Dak can make these throws in a game that maybe you may need him to make one or two throws?
Oh, yes. Yes, I get into it on our show all the time with Jesse. In order to win consistently in this game, you got to throw the ball. That's in the end zone. That's in the open field. Even backed up on your one, you got to drop back sometime and throw that ball. Mm-hmm. And I have no problem with that. Dak was back. He came back in the second half. It was a little bit more poised. It's things that can happen for Dak. Our offensive line has to be much better to give him them opportunities because he know who to throw it to. Just give him the time. And he went through that in the first half. And I think him and Kellum and the quarterback coach, they're going to sit down and they're going to figure this thing out. And they'll have a great plan because you're going to have to throw it. I don't care. It's going to come some games where you're going to have to throw the ball.
And Barry, in your years in the NFL and looking at teams that have championship level defenses, all you have to really be as a quarterback is a game manager, and that's a cuss word to a quarterback. No quarterback wants to hear game manager. Yeah. But that's kind of the box that everybody is saying that Dak can successfully exist in going through these next couple of games and win a lot of games. But you ain't paying that man $40 million a year just to be a bus driver.
Nah, not at all. And look, last week I feel like he did a good job of being kind of that manager of the offense. I think he went 19 for 25.
Yes.
He kept the ball out of harm's way, and he leaned on his strengths, which is the defense and the run game. And that, it may not be flashy. It may not put up a lot of points. You might not have a lot of offensive Pro Bowlers doing it that way, but you're going to win games. And at the end of the day, that should be all that matters. Now, he's had another week under his belt with practicing, and I'm sure that rapport between him and his receivers and his tight ends, I think that's going to get better and better as the weeks go on. So I can see Kellen Moore kind of opening it up a little bit for him. But as of right now, if he were to stay in that manager role and kind of, 19-25, maybe get a 20 for 30 out here and there, I think it'll do him justice. And as they get further and further along in the season, he'll open it up a little bit. He'll get more comfortable with it. But right now, I feel like this offense and Dak, I feel like they're in a good space.
I mean, maybe not this week, but going into the next couple of games, you go up against some of the biggest quarterbacks as far as head-to-head competition, and that's the way that how you guys think about that.
Oh, yeah.
That's head-to-head competition. Me, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, I want to outduel these guys. And for Dak, and I guess I'm looking at this only one-sided from the running situation. Mm-hmm. We've gotten our answer with Tony Pollard and Zeke mixing well. Now you take him out of the equation. And I've been saying this pretty soon, even with Cooper Rush. Pretty soon, Rush was going to have to cook. And pretty soon, Dak is going to have to turn back into Dak and make some of those throws. So I love the answer, the political answer you just gave me. But was that yes or no?
He's going to have to bake. He's going to have to go out there and throw a little bit. And I just don't want a situation to happen to where, like you said, he's going against one of these marquee quarterbacks and he feels like, you know what, this is my turn. I got to show that I'm on the same level as them. Yes. He's going up there. We got a run called. You know what? Kill. We going this, that, and the third. I don't want to get into that situation because I feel like that's not where this team is right now. I feel like they're not built that way, but I can see it happening. See it happening. So for your answer, I'm going to say yes. He's going to be able to cook. And eventually, he's going to have to cook to get this team to where they need to be.
He said out there in the press conference, the post-game show, I'm not going to hurt this team. Out of all, I'm good. When he said that, I'm good with you. Don't hurt this team.
Yeah, he understands. Like you said, so I'm going to stay in my lane.
Yeah. The thing is, the greatest quarterback in modern history has always been a critical and super game manager, and he's won 6-7 Super Bowls.
Right, that's it.
That's facts.
So I laugh. He had Randy Moss a couple of years, set all type of records, and got beat in the Super Bowl.
Sure did.
Only put up 17 that
game.
Then
come back the next year with 2 little slot receivers and a big tight end and win the Super Bowl.
That's facts.
Do what you got to do, because at the end of the day, Troy Aikman got 3 Super Bowls and not threw over 250 yards over half the season.
Yeah.
Win the game, baby.
There go Nate Newton making sense again. I
don't want you to clean off my spot.
Nah, I ain't going to clean it. I'm going to leave it dirty, man. You deserve that dirt you just slung around, man. I appreciate that, Nate. But we're going to take our last break here on the Players Lounge. Stay rocking with us. We'll be right back.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Multi-Grammy Award winner, global superstar Ed Sheeran comes to AT&T Stadium on Saturday, May 6th to kick off his 2023 Mathematics Tour. Sheeran will be accompanied by special guests Khaled and Dylan. Get your tickets today at SeatGeek.com, the official ticketing provider of AT&T Stadium. And so, I was just getting updated on all things Ed Sheeran from my man BC over there. BC is a musical genius.
Yeah, that's what they call me, man.
You know, filling us in on the Ed Sheeran.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Chris Beam helped us out a lot because I ain't know that.
Hey, for $1 million, his name is,
I had one for you.
To the window, to the wall.
To the wall.
Hey, back on the Players Lounge, doing how we do. We got 5 more minutes, guys, and we're going to talk about what's going on tonight with the Thursday night matchup on Amazon. Hope you guys finally got your Amazon subscription going. But going into this game is pivotal, guys, going into a bye week. And I just want to know from 2 NFL veterans, when you had a game going into a bye week, could you function, or did you already have your mind on what you was going to do during your bye week?
Yeah. Jimmy was going to give us 2 days off, and it was going to be after a practice, and we would have probably Saturday and Sunday off, and then we had to be back in here on Monday, so it really wasn't much you going to do.
Ooh.
So, that's what our off
They shut y'all down like that?
Yeah. I think the most we ever had was 3 days.
Ooh.
Yeah, you didn't know which 3 days those was going to be. Now it's regulated. So you know what your off day is going to be.
So you couldn't get crazy.
You couldn't get crazy, man. But
I think now it has to be 4 consecutive days off.
Thank you.
Oh, my
God. See, if we'd have 4 consecutive days, that's 10 pounds a day. Yeah.
Nate may not come back.
Yeah. I'll be like over in Japan.
Well, I'm out.
Sumo wrestling.
Oh, man. 10 pounds a day. Nate done made the way in. And tip the scale.
Oh, man.
What about you, Barry?
Well, for me, we had a little bit longer off. I think we always had from that Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Cats started coming back around Sunday because we had practice Monday. But I ain't gonna lie, man, after that game was done that Sunday, and we knew we had the bye week coming up, we had film session, we had practice, but I was already a foot out the door, man. I was in there I was ghost walking them 2 days before we got up out of there, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Then, man, Coach Garrett would always full pad practice that Wednesday. I'm like, man, come on, man. We ain't even got a game or nothing. Just let us slide out of there with a helmets and shorts type practice. Nah, we had full pads out there, but I was already halfway out the door, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Y'all, come on, Cancun. What's your favorite bye week spot? Where'd you go? Cabo. Cabo was big. You was getting out. Getting out. What about you, Nate? You didn't make no plans. Couldn't make no plans.
Yeah, 2 days.
Cowboy Cafe.
Yeah. That's the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Cowboys Cafe.
You know about the Cowboy Cafe.
Hey, end of the show, ladies.
There you go, running. Yeah. What was your bye week?
Hey. Hey, man.
Cowboys Cafe, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough right there. Man, I tell you what, tomorrow, you guys have got to tune in. We have a special guest coming in on the Players Lounge tomorrow, BC.
What we got going on?
Man, we got Stacey Elliott coming in the building. Zeke's dad will be on the show.
I'm coming in.
Tomorrow.
Join us.
I'm coming in.
Hey,
man.
on the show.
I want to see if his head big as Zeke's.
I
got to see, dog. Zeke got a bigger head than mine.
He got it from somebody.
Thank you. I got to see. You know I'm going to blame it on you, right? You know I'm blaming it on you, right?
They got a cinder block up there, man. I'm done with you.
How you think Zeke get the 3rd and 1?
Hey, never had a concussion.
Never. Got a bull ring in his nose coming straight at you, man. Yeah.
Big Nate in the building, man. So, man, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun tomorrow on the Players Lounge, man. This is gonna be.
You like that?
It's gonna be good, man.
So we looking at that man head all day tomorrow.
Now we know. Man,
y'all gotta stop, man.
Got me sweating now.
Yeah.
Hey. well, you'll cancel Christmas. Boy, I tell you what.
Cold piece of work.
Yeah. Ain't it, man?
I love Zeke.
Hey, so we're gonna have Stacey Elliott on tomorrow. So we're gonna talk. We're in the Players Lounge. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk player in the Players Lounge. But tonight, guys, we have a matchup between two. Good to Ravens, obviously 4-3. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 3-4. Tom is in a I gotta win this situation. And boy, nobody worse to have coming to town than that defense for the Ravens. Nate, I'll start with you. Who you had winning it, and what's the score?
I like Tom.
You like Tom?
I hate the Patriots, but I love Tom. The greatest game manager who never cared what you thought. He just wanted to.
I should have never said that. I should have never stayed game manager. He gonna run that.
Troy was one of the greatest game managers ever to play in the game. 3 Super Bowls.
Yes, sir.
You got them dreams.
What's your score? What you got?
Oh, all I need is 1 point.
That's it.
All I need is 1 point.
14-15 is good.
It could be 52-51. I need 1 point.
That's all 1 point.
That's a spread.
BC, what you got?
Oh man, give me Baltimore. Give me Baltimore. Yeah. Give me Lamar, man. I gotta go with my boy Lamar.
You know they'll give it up.
He
did 20-point lead. I know we coming to get him.
The second half, Lamar is not good. He coughing that thing up. But give me Baltimore. 24-17.
24-17? Yeah. I'm going to have to backdoor you on that. You ain't finna leave me behind, man. I'm going to have to stay with you. I'm going Baltimore. Hey, I'm going with Baltimore, too. I think, man, I wish we would have called Tampa Bay the way they playing right now, boy. They look like they're the Succaneers again. The way that defense is playing and playoff Lenny, man, he ain't not running as hard as he was. He sure ain't chipping as hard as he chipped Michael.
You ain't lying.
But either way, I have
got a groin.
Yeah, I have the Ravens tonight, and I'm going 21-10. 21-10. I still don't think that the Tom has figured out this.
With Tampa?
No. I'm going with the Ravens.
Going with the Ravens.
I'm thinking the Ravens going to score 21 points.
Oh, okay.
Tonight. But guys, thank y'all so much. This has been awesome. And Big Nate, tomorrow, don't you? Hey.
You gonna walk by like.
I love you, Mr. Elliott. I love you. Believe that. I love you and your son. Believe that.
And that's the Players Lounge. We'll check y'all tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.